Once again, the college world is dealing with players and how they shouldn't be signing autographs. And the main reason for this is because people feel like the players have too much equipment and the facility costs. They feel like they have too much of that and they don't need anything else. But what people didn't think about is how they don't have enough time to work and get the money they need. And so a big issue that's going around in the college world is the players going outside by themselves and signing autographs of their jerseys or balls and selling it to people who want those things. And a big part that takes place is how Jameis Winston, the quarterback from Florida State last year, he signed jerseys and started selling them out because he said he needed the extra money for his family. And to me, I feel like that there's nothing wrong with that because you earned it as an athlete, and if people like you, they should be able to pay for something they like. Just like if you like a movie, you should go out and watch that movie, but you got to pay for it first. So to me, I just feel like that's the main reason. If they want to sign autographs and give it out, they should be able to do that. And autographs aren't like a big thing to me. I guess signing autographs, some players like baseball players, basketball players, football players, they don't like really signing autographs because like, oh, it's annoying, or they don't like it. All these little kids come up to them after the game. They're tired. They're trying to go in the locker room and sit down and chill out after a long game. And so a lot of players, they just sign autographs like quick signature and just give it out to the kids or adults and just move on with their life. But if you think about it after the game and stuff, they're like, oh, I could be selling all that, and why not sell it when you can make a profit out of it? And that's what the NCAA doesn't want, because they feel like they put like Alabama, they make enough money to pay for their players and their facilities and all that stuff for the athletes. And so people would say, well, they make all that money. The school makes all that money, but who's making the money for them? Exactly, the athletes are making the money for them. Because without the athletes, you wouldn't have those people coming to pay to watch them, and people are paying to watch them. So that means the NCAA and the school gets all that money. In Alabama, they just had or Auburn, they just barely had a brand new facility built, and all because of the players making that money for them. So they had a brand new facility built, and the opposing people would be saying how, oh, Auburn is having that big facility. The players don't need anything else. They're getting the right treatment, everything they need, but all that money is not going directly to the player. They have a life out of sports, and that's what people need to think about is their life after sports and during sports while they're playing not enough time. And one of the pictures I like to show is this, and it just shows the percentage of players, how many hours did they spend at practice. So about 4 hours of practice they spent. Right here, that first one, the second one, 20 hours of practice per week. That's how much time's taken up. And then being a student athlete, you have to keep your grades up too. And the big thing is 20% of more completed of work of their major has to be completed, and that's how much time it takes. And you have to finish off with like a 2.0 GPA, which isn't hard, but a student athlete, that'd be hard to keep up 2.0 all semester when you're leaving all the time, keeping up in classes. And that just shows like all these days they're busy except for Sunday, especially here at BYU. We're not that busy on Sunday because there's nothing really going on besides church, and that's pretty much it. But that's the only time they got off, and they want to go to church with their family, not be going to work to make that extra money. And so, like, they can't be making enough money to provide for themselves out of the sport they're playing. So that's why a lot of college players want to sign autographs and just sell it to people, because being busy all throughout the week and then trying to make enough money to provide for you or a family, if you have family, to feed and like bring money home to, that'd be hard, a very hard thing to do. And so the people need to think about that, and the NCAA needs to think about that, how the players are struggling too. It's not just because the audience just looks at it as, oh, well, they're athletes, they're getting all this treatment and stuff, but there's some people, that's how they started paying. They just barely started playing the college athletes this year, 2015, and finally moving to 2016, the second year. But they just barely started paying them. But other than that, they were struggling before. The players would say they'd be hungry late at night and have no food. to eat. The school would only feed them during their season time. During the summertime, they'd just be conditioning, working out, not getting any money, having to get a second job. And that puts a toll on an athlete and their body, their mind. It's just hard to keep up with all that. And it's not very, I don't know, it's just not very like a good thing to be. Like it's just like a whole other thing of student athlete, or saying having them to work and do extra stuff and school and provide for family and all that. And this is just some of the stuff that goes on. Like they'll make cards of the student athletes and their pictures on it, their faces on it, but they said they're playing for the school, so that should be a privilege. But they got all these signatures of students that are made to the big league, and they've signed it, autographed it, and the school makes money out of it. They sell those. They sell their player cards, their rookie cards, or whatever. So while they're selling that, and the schools are making profit out of that, and the athletes aren't at all. They're not making any profit out of it. But they just said, well, that's just like a good deed, I guess. A good deed you're doing by having the school sell your stuff, and the school's getting money from it, but you're not getting any money. So that's why some of the students kind of get angry about it and say, well, you guys are using my signature and my picture, advertising it out there, but I'm not getting anything back. And most people got to think about that, of how that's the reason they want to sign their autographs. They're like, well, the school's doing this and signing all my autographs and stuff and selling that to people, making a lot of money. I could be doing the same thing, so why not? That's why a lot of student athletes try, oh, I'm gonna just sign this and sell it to this person who wants it, because people are gonna like bid for it pretty much. If you're that elite level athlete, they'll bid for it and really want your signature. And that's one of the things you got to remember, that nothing's gonna just go off like that and not be a significant impact in someone's life. They're gonna remember that autograph forever. Like, oh, I got Michael Jordan's autograph, or I got Michael Jordan's shoes. Just like that quick little thing, just a little autograph can change a person's life. And so that's the big picture you got to look at. Like the schools are making all this money from their athletes, and people are saying that athletes shouldn't get paid because they get all these benefits, but they earn those benefits to get the shoes they get, the jerseys, the facilities they get. But you got to think, out of sports, they don't have as much as people think. Like I'm saying, like they're hungry, they want to go out and do extracurricular activities, but they don't have enough money to even do that. And so all they got pretty much is just staying in their sport. And that's a big thing that I had trouble with, because my freshman year I didn't have that much money, and I was staying in the dorms the whole time. I didn't like do anything really fun. I was just like, is college football like really for me? But then like after a while, when they finally started paying us and stuff, I feel like I could work harder, focus more on my sport. I wasn't thinking about, oh, I need to go get a job in the summer. I need to go get a job now to work off all this, pay my parents back for what they've done for me. Now I can just like go and do my thing and focus mainly on football. And then while the money comes in, I can split it with me and my family. But everyone just got to remember, like, the athletes need to get paid too. And signing an autograph is a way they feel like, oh, that's how I can make it even, by bringing in my money instead of just the school taking all of it by using me as a little show and selling everything out that's mine.